Hello, so today I am making some Philly quesadillas, Philly cheesesteak quesadillas. So what you'll need is some pepper and onion blend. I don't have too much of this, maybe about 2 cups, but it's frozen. And then I have about 8 tortillas from Tortilla Land. And all you have to do is, they're kind of raw, so you just have to put them on the stovetop for about 60 seconds. And then I have, for the seasoning for the steak, which I have here, some steakums. You can use like regular steak, but this is all I have right now. Cheddar cheese, but for the seasoning for the steak, you'll need about a tablespoon of each. You can do it, well, a teaspoon of each. So, chili, cayenne pepper, garlic powder, black pepper, paprika, smoked paprika, onion powder, chili powder, ground cumin, and then oregano leaves. So that's our taco seasoning. And some sour cream. Now, what you would do with the sour cream is you would use some hot sauce. So you mix it, maybe like a fourth a cup of sour cream, and then maybe a tablespoon of hot sauce. But I don't have that. Or you can use like chili paste or something. Instead, I'm just going to use this and some of these seasonings. So first, I'll cook these peppers. So I'll spray the bottom of the pan. I just have some avocado oil. This recipe is super simple, super easy, and it goes a long way. It stretches. But I'm going to spray the bottom of a pan here and put my peppers on. So I just got done filming about like 3 different videos. Two videos I'm talking about my unpopular opinions. And another video I just told another part of the random stories from my life. Oh, this is mainly onions. That's okay. We don't have much bell pepper in here, but that'll do. Yeah, I'd use some of this for my meatloaf. Link in the description for that video. But I took out a lot of the bell peppers, so it's just mainly onions. Look out for my unpopular opinion videos. I just talk about unpopular video game opinions, women's sports opinions, good opinions, my personal opinion, food, things like that. But I'm going to put this on the stove top, just let it defrost a little bit, and get it kind of like to where it's not frozen anymore and the water's out of it. So I'll let you know how long that is. But I'm thinking maybe 6 minutes, 5 minutes. I have the heat on about medium heat, so do that for 5 minutes and keep stirring it around. Evaporate some of that water that it makes. So while the peppers are cooking right now, I'm going to show you how to make the sour cream, because you want this to marinate a bit so it can have time to develop those flavors. Okay, so what you want to do is just take your sour cream. You don't need that much. You're just going to put this on the tortillas and then cook the quesadillas. Okay. This is about 3 tablespoons of sour cream. And at this point, you would take about a teaspoon and 2 teaspoons, however spicy you want it, and put your hot sauce in here and mix it up. And then you can put that in the refrigerator, and then when it's time to use it, you can microwave it for about 10 to 15 seconds. But like I said, I don't have hot sauce. My favorite brand of hot sauce is Louisiana, and I thought we had some in there, maybe like 2 drops left, but we do not. So I'm going to try something different. I'm going to put chili powder in it, because this is kind of a spicy sauce. I put too much chili powder in it. My family doesn't like spicy things. Okay. And maybe a little garlic powder. It's already going to be seasoned, the steak is, so you don't want to go too crazy. Okay. And mix that together. Mix it around. But today I went to the dentist. Ignore that face. But I have the most perfect teeth you've ever seen. The most perfect teeth you have ever seen. No. But every time I go to the dentist, they say I do a really good job. And that's good, because I remember after I got my first, like they said I needed a filling. I got my first ever filling, and hopefully my last. he told me I needed one, and I was like, I cried in the chair immediately. My dentist told me I needed one. I cried in the chair. I was like, it was a sad day. But after that, I've been brushing my teeth like crazy. And so I don't have bad teeth because of it. I spend like 30 minutes per time, each time I brush my teeth. But that's it for the sauce. You see it's kind of speckled. Yeah, the peppers are going crazy, so I'll be back. Okay, now on to the steakums. Now, like I said, you're better off just getting like maybe some thinly sliced steak and cutting it up into little slices, like inch slices, than getting this, because I don't like steakums too much. They're just very greasy, but they are a cheaper alternative and they are faster to cook and easier to deal with. But here's some steakums, and I'll show you. You can get these at Walmart. And the peppers are done. I forgot to mention that. But see, the water's out of it completely. I'm just going to set that to the side for now. And you want to put your steakums in the pan. But going back, the reason I cried at the dentist when I found out I needed a filling is because I thought I brushed my teeth so well. And I thought my teeth were really good. So hearing that they weren't and I needed a filling was very devastating for me to hear. But everything is good now, you know, with my teeth. I just found out I just have really deep grooves. That's why I'm more susceptible to cavities and staining. But I haven't had any cavities yet. So I'm going to just use the rest of this. But this is their kind of thinly sliced beef. And I'm also going to add some steak seasoning to this because it's Philly cheesesteak. Let's add some steak to it. Steak seasoning to it. There you go. Now, steakums is still raw meat, so handle it like it's actual raw meat and clean up and wash your hands, stuff like that. But I'm going to put this back on the stove top, medium heat, and then as it starts to like defrost and cook down, because it's frozen right now, as it starts to defrost and cook down, I'm going to cut it up and make it like sort of shredded meat, kind of. But I'll be back. So it's about halfway done. The meat is cooking. And I'm going to add the seasoning. So I just kind of broke it up a bit and it looks like this now. Kind of like corned beef or Cornish hash or whatever. So since I have so little meat, since I have so little steakum, I'm going to just do about a half a teaspoon of each of these seasonings. But depending on what you want, you can season it however. Garlic powder. And I'm adding this to it now. Steak and burger seasoning. Black pepper. The thing about me is I like to over season my food. Don't be like me, okay? And just a little bit of this because we do not like spice. I can handle a little spice, but not my rest of my family. Chili powder. That was cayenne I just put in. Now chili powder. Just a little bit. Paprika. This is your taco seasoning here, minus the steak seasoning. But what you want to do after this cooks, it'll probably just be 3 more minutes till it's fully cooked, no pink. You'll want to drain this with paper towel or however you want to drain it, because like I said, it's a lot of grease in here. This is onion powder and oregano. Just a little bit of this. And lastly, a little cumin. And like I said, half a teaspoon for me. But y'all do what y'all want. But definitely use this blend of seasonings because this is how you make taco seasoning. Okay, so here's this. And I'm going to mix this up and continue cooking this 3 minutes on medium heat. And I'll be back when it's done. And I'll drain it too. Okay, so I drained the steakum off. It took like 5 paper towels. This thing is really greasy. Y'all, be warned. Okay. Looks like ground beef. You could probably use ground beef for this too. So now I'm going to take my peppers and mix that in there like this. Then you want to mix in your meat and your peppers together. Now I've had a Philly cheesesteak and I've made Philly cheesesteak on this channel. This is the first time I've made Philly quesadilla though. I had an actual Philly cheesesteak. We went to Philadelphia and tried a bunch of cheesesteaks up there. They're really good. I go to Philly just for that. Nah, not just for that, but that. Those are pretty good. With or without cheese. With or without cheese. When you order Philly cheesesteaks at Philadelphia, you gotta know what you want when you get up there. Because if you don't, they're gonna push you to the back of the line so you can figure it out. But what you wanna do is take your tortilla. I didn't really cook them all the way. I forgot to tell you that. Don't cook them all the way. And I have this undercooked side. I'm gonna put this down on the stove, face down. And so you want to take this, here's the mixed up meat. So you want to take the tortilla and then put some of your sour cream you made earlier and put that down just a little bit and spread that around on the tortilla. And I have another pan heating up on the stovetop, still medium heat. It's a bigger pan because this is going to be big quesadilla. But you want to spread this all around the tortilla, getting every part of the tortilla like this. Then you want to put your shredded cheddar cheese on there. You can get a mix of cheese if you want. But I'm using cheddar. And just sprinkle that around. Now your problem area is probably going to be whenever you got to flip this whole thing. I struggle with that. You got to go real fast. Be real careful. But I'll just put about maybe a little over 1/4 of a cup of shredded cheese for the bottom. And then I'm going to put some of the meat with peppers on here. Spread that around. This is a last minute recipe I just came up with. And you want to spread that around. And then put a little more cheese on top. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'll use the rest of this. I like this cheese. This cheese is really good. It's from Costco. It's really good cheese. Tastes better than a lot of the cheeses I've had. And then you want to take another tortilla and again you want the most undercooked side facing upward. So when you flip it, it'll cook. Then just put that on there. And there you go. There's your quesadilla. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and put this on the other pan I have. Put this on the other pan I have. Now this isn't non-stick, so you want to spray it. And you want to take your quesadilla and put that down there. And keep doing this until you finish all of them. But you want to cook this until the cheese melts and the tortilla is a bit more cooked on the outside. So I'd say maybe 2 minutes per side. But don't quote me. But just watch it because it will burn. These tortillas burn really fast. And I'd set the oven for 200 degrees Fahrenheit. And what you want to do after you've cooked both sides and finish cooking the whole thing. Probably will take you maybe 4 to 5 minutes. You want to put them on an oven, on like a pan with the oven rack. The reason why you do put the rack on here is because it stops one of the sides of the tortillas from getting soggy, and it keeps everything crisp. And putting in the oven also keeps it nice and hot and crispy. Again, 200 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to cook the rest of these and I'll be back with the finished product. So I finished cooking all of them. So if you're not ready to eat them now, you want to make refried beans or something, you can put them in the oven, 200 degrees Fahrenheit, like I said. And, just cut them up like this. You could use a knife, pizza cutter, all of that. But while I was cooking this, I was listening to Harry Styles. He's one of my favorite artists. He's taking a break. He hasn't released music in about 3 years, so I think he'll be back by 2026. That's just my guess. Guessing. So if I'm right, come back to this video. But that's it for this quesadilla video. I'm going to see how it is. I think it'll be good though. But if you want the recipe, just comment down below and I'll write down the recipe and it'll be available in the description. You just click on the link. It's a Google Doc, but only if someone asks for it. But anyway, thank you for watching. And that's it for this video. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. Comment down below what your favorite quesadilla is. Because there's, chicken, steak, cheese. But thanks for watching again. See ya.